So I'm just doing some dinner for tonight. I'm just letting my steak rest. This is the Muscle Food rump steak, and I've just cooked it on our griddle. It's got a steak setting, so I did it for medium. I think it took like 2 minutes 45 seconds. So I'm going to let it rest, but these are such nice steaks. They've come out really tender. Then I'm going to slice them. I've got flatbreads, I've done some peppers and mushrooms, and I've made up some garlic butter, and then I'm going to put the steak and the peppers and mushrooms on the flatbread, drizzle it in a bit of garlic butter, and then we've got onion rings and wedges as well. So here we are served up. I've just drizzled the steak with some garlic butter, so we've got flatbreads, peppers, onions, and then we've got our medium rare steak, which I've just sliced up. The flatbreads are my usual method, like 50-50 flour and yogurt, and then I've just done some onion rings and some wedges in the oven, and this is what's for dinner tonight. So for tonight's dinner we have got some of this pasta that I'm not really sure what it says. This one looks really cool, and when it comes out it looks like this. And I've basically done a pork like ragu to go with it. I've added some garlic, some mushrooms, some onions, and a tomato sauce. I hate teenagers. Not even funny. And this is what we have for dinner tonight. So I've just made a flatbread pizza in the air fryer. I'm going to take it out and show you before I talk to you, but I thought I would show you in there because it's making a noise and you probably can't hear me very well. So I had some leftover flatbreads that I make with the Greek yogurt and self-raising flour. I didn't really know what to do with it, so I decided to make a pizza. So all I've done is put some tomato puree on the base, some onion granules and some basil, and then I've put a chopped vine tomato, some mushrooms, 1 slice of smoked ham, and then some cheddar cheese. And I've just popped that in the air fryer, and it took 7 minutes, and it probably could have even had less, to be honest. It's gone quite crispy, and it's just a really good way of using up like the flatbreads. If you don't want to save them, you can freeze them, but just made a little like mini pizza. So yeah, so I would pop that in. So I'm just about to serve up tonight's dinner, and I've made a potato salad, so I've just put that out on the plates, and I thought I'd show you like what I've made it with. So in here we have got obviously boiled potatoes. I think these are Jersey Royals, and then I've got some light mayonnaise. I usually use lighter than light. Firstly, Aldi didn't have any, and secondly, you need something a little bit creamier for potato salad. I've got some Dijon mustard, loads and loads of fresh mint from the garden, some lime juice and some crispy bacon, and then obviously salt and pepper, and it tastes really, really good. The mint's giving it a really nice fresh flavour. And then with this we've either got sausages and onion rings or lamb burgers. Yeah, and I'll show you once they are all plated up. So this is my eldest son's. He's always hungry, so he's got 3 sausages. These are the Sainsbury's Taste the Difference, the meaty one, I believe they're called. Some onion rings, which seem to take forever to cook, but they've gone nice and crispy now. And then our bacon and mint potato salad. And this is what's for dinner tonight. So for tonight's dinner I have made a pasta salad. So I've got this pasta that I got in Lidl. It's hard to show you. It's like really long sort of finger pasta. It was one of their like fresh ones. And I've mixed some salad. So I've got grated carrot, lettuce, there's some cucumber, some onion, some Japanese mayo. Then I put a little bit of cheddar cheese grated over the top of that, a few pieces of crispy chorizo, and then some of the chicken skewers from the freezer that I've just warmed through in the microwave. And this is what we have for dinner tonight. So it's kind of like a chicken chorizo pasta salad. And yeah, that's the pasta, that whole long piece along there. So I don't know what it's called because I've thrown the bag away, but this is tonight's dinner. So for tonight we've got a really basic dinner. We've got battered fish. These are the small portions. I think I got 2 for, I know 99p for 2, something like that. Some oven chips that I've done in some salt and chilli seasoning, and some peas and sweet corn, just a really simple basic one. And this is tonight's dinner. Fish chips, peas and sweet corn. So for this dinner we decided to have some little mini hash brown bites and recreate like a loaded tater tot dish. So I used some bacon and I popped that on a tray in the oven with some onion, let that go nice and crispy. I seasoned the hash brown bites in some bacon salt as well, and then we just topped it with some mayonnaise and some grated cheese, and then we put some chilli and some crispy onions on top as well. So I'm just doing a little bit more skewer prep. If you haven't seen it, I have got a meal prep video up where I show you how I kind of prep my chicken skewers to then cook and put in the freezer. It's just a really, really handy thing to do. It saves us so much time, and it often saves us grabbing the wrong thing for dinner. So if we've got some chicken ready, all prepared and marinated, then that's all good. So My muscle food chicken has just arrived. I'm just cutting it out, marinating it, and then I'm going to pop it in the fridge for a few hours before I put it onto some skewers and cook it. Then I'll let it cool, then I'll freeze it. So I thought I'd take you through what I've popped in. So this one is basically tikka curry powder, lime juice, and a little bit of salt and pepper. I haven't got any yogurt because normally I would add natural yogurt, but just going with what I've got. So there's 6 chicken breasts in that one, all chopped up. This one is very similar, but it's tandoori curry powder, and again I add lime juice and some salt and pepper. Now this one I went with a buffalo sriracha kind of mix, and I've just squirted in probably about 1/3 of a tub of buffalo sauce, and then a few squirts of this really hot sriracha, salt and pepper in there. And then this one, I decided to go for a basic jerk chicken marinade. So I've got some jerk seasoning. I added in some clear honey and some soy and a little shake of cayenne pepper. And then I didn't have any tomato puree, which is what I'd normally add. So I added a big squeeze of tomato ketchup. And that's the basis of what I would do for when I'm making jerk chicken. I always use this seasoning and just add honey, soy and tomato puree, chili and also lime juice. So, but that's preferential. If you prefer it not too hot, you don't have to add the chili, but I've added some cayenne for that. And then yeah, I've just mushed it all in, given it a good massage. So I'm going to put these all on a tray, try and find some space in the fridge to let them sit. And like I said, about 4 hours time, I will thread them onto skewers and cook them. So my skewers are all done. They're all cooked, they're cool. So we've got the tandoori, the chicken tikka, we've got jerk chicken, and buffalo chicken. Buffalo chicken's actually come out really pale, but I just tasted a bit that fell off one of the skewers, and it's really spicy and full of flavour, so it's just not very colourful. So what I'm going to do now is put this into freezer bags, label them, and then once they're in freezer bags, I've also got a couple of really big tubs that I lay the freezer bags into, just like a double layering thing. It stops them getting any freezer burn, and also it's easier to stack them in the chest freezer that way, otherwise the bags just tend to disappear down the bottom and they're never seen again. So yeah, a little bit more meal prep, and this is just great because you can pull a couple out at a time, and they literally take like 1.5 minutes in the microwave to heat through, and then you can put them in wraps. We have them on salads, you can just add them to noodles, obviously whatever you want to do with chicken. If we have some more nice weather, you can get them out and defrost them and pop them on the barbecue just to give them a bit of a smoky flavour. I love doing it this way because it's a lot of hassle at the time, but when it's done, it really is a lifesaver. So got to bag all this up now. So for tonight's dinner, we've got a bit of a different one. Instead of making corned beef spaghetti or corned beef pasta, I've actually used it to make chilli. So I've used kidney beans, tinned tomatoes, a chilli sauce, like a packet chilli mix, just a Coleman's one, and some boiled rice. Corned beef chilli. Don't knock it till you've tried it. We haven't tried it, so it might not be nice, but it smells good.
Did you make it? Did you break free? Did you manage to be who you wanna be? Maybe somewhere you think about me too. I